Hello student, today we will discuss uh, reciprocal metric tensor. It is denoted by Gij and it is defined as Gij is equals to cofactor of Gij in determinant of Gij divided by the determinant of Gij. Here we denoting these cofactor of Gij and mod Gij by this big Gij and this by simple G, and this G is not equals to 0 here. To know more about reciprocal metric tensor, let's do some example and some theorems to know more about it. Say first example is that express the determinant G, which is equals to mod Gij equals to G11, G12, G13, G21, G22, G23, G31, G32 and G33 in terms of second row element. Consider a determinant with elements A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23 and A31, A32 and A33. Now from our previous knowledge we know that determinant can also be written as any row element with product of their cofactor. Let's say we are talking about this row, then A21 with their cofactors A21 plus A22 with their cofactor elements A22, A23 into the cofactor elements A23, where cofactor is defined as minus 1 to the power I plus j here denotes these elements, and with the minor with them mij, this is minor. So from here we can write this determinant in terms of second row element with the help of one of our property. So G21 into the cofactor elements, which are A21, say G21 this time, G21 plus G22 plus G23 is equals to G. Okay. Now the value of G21 is minus 1 to the power 2 plus 1, which is minus 1, and the G21 is by covering this row and this column. The left out elements are the minor, which is G12, G13, G32, G33, and same we can write other elements also, which are G22 minus 1 to the power 2 plus 2 is 1. Okay. G11, G13, G31 and G33. Okay. Okay. And the last one I am leaving as an exercise for you. Okay, now let's move on to the other example also. Show that Gij equals to G, where Gij is cofactor of Gij in G, where summation is over J only here. Okay, so from the previous example we can write that the determinant of these elements can be written as Gij into the product of Gij. Here you can see that these Ij element remain same here. So we can say Gij is equals to determinant of G. So on expanding these as summation is over J only, so we can write Gi1 plus Gi2 gi2 and so on up to gin and gin is equals to determinant of g. So from the help of the previous with the help of the previous example, we can write them in this style. Next question. Prove that G21 G31 plus G22 G32 plus G23 G33 is equals to 0. Now to solve this, we will use again the determinant. Let's say we are talking about this determinant G11 G12 G13 G21 G22 G23. Here the last row I am taking the same as the second row, G21 G22 G23, which means the row elements are same in the determinant. So from that property we can say if the row elements are same, then the determinant of that is 0. So on expanding on writing the determinant of this in terms of the third row element, we can say the G21 G31 plus G22 G32 plus G23 G33 is equals to 0. From here we can say that when the two rows are same, then their determinant is also 0, and this thing is also only be compatible with the same ij element, then we can also we have the determinant of that. Another question, which is that Gij into Gkj, let's say, is equals to 0 if I not equals to k. We have to prove that. We have to prove that Gij Gkj is equals to 0. In the last question we have seen that when these I and this element, let's say this is Ij and this is Jk, okay, this is Ij and Kj, sorry, this is Ij and Kj. When the I element is not equals to this k element, then the determinant is 0. So from that same information we can also write the determinant of this question also. As a determinant row element are not matching with their cofactors, so we can write G21 G let's say 31, okay, G22. I'm using the same knowledge as we did in the previous question, so where I am using the third row element as G21 G22 and G23 up to G2n, and their cofactors are obviously for the G31, as I am expanding this in terms of the third row, so G32 plus up to G2n G3n is equals to 0. Okay. Now generalizing this, as we know that we can have any row element, so I am writing this as say Gi1 Gk1, as we are expanding Gk1 plus Gi2 and Gk2 up to Gin Gkn, which collectively can be written as Gij Gkj is equals to 0. So which can only be possible if this I not equals to k. Now let's move on to the theorem regarding conjugate metric tensor, which is if Gij is equals to Gij by G, which is the definition of our conjugate metric tensor, where Gij is a cofactor of Gij, which we already know here in the determinant Gij, where this is not equals to 0 here, okay. Then what we have to prove that Gij is Gkj is equals to 0. To prove this, what we have, we know. I'm writing this with the help of our previous question, that Gij into Gij means the elements into the cofactor element is equals to determinant of them. So where summation is over j only, on dividing this by g we have 1, and the gij by g, by the definition we know that is equals to gij, the contravariant element. Gij is equals to 1. So from here you can conclude that if the indices of these elements are same, then the value of their product is 1. And from the previous question we know that gij gkj is equals to 0 if this I not equals to k, I not equals to k. Now again dividing this by g, gij by gkj by g is equals to 0, and gkj over g again can be written as with the help of metric tensor, conjugate metric tensor definition, gij gkj equals to 0. And from these definition here we can write them as gij gkj equals to 0 if I not equals to k, and 1 if I equals to k. Okay, thank you, take care.